Hey everybody, welcome back to Super Comic Fun Times Daily Vlog. This is just going to be a quick little one, I think. You know how that goes. What did I want to do? I don't remember. So anyways, let's start with news of the day. Like, it was a wild weekend on Twitter as Jawbreakers. There was just so much drama around Jawbreakers. But the main thing I just want to say about it is the Indiegogo is going to be going through July, and this might be your only chance to get the book because it's been shut out of store shelves. I don't know if I should say anymore, but it seems like comic pros and comic shop owners have just decided they don't want to carry this book. So if you want to get it, you probably want to get it before July. So if you got plenty of time, you don't want to starve in order to get this book. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, I'm a little exhausted from just reading all the drama. It's not even happening to me. I can't imagine how like Diversity in Comics and John Malin are holding to it. It like gives me like new respect for Ethan Van Sciver when he was going through all that stuff with what's his name, calling him a Nazi every day. And I can almost see his name, but I probably shouldn't mention his name. And it's not like a Voldemort thing, but people just misconstrue things. And if you mention a name, like on one side, people are more laid back. It's like almost like we're hippies in a sense. Does this make any sense? What world am I in? So as a hippie, I'm drinking Left Coast Brewing Company's hop juice, which is a triple IPA. But look, there's a frog. We all know what the frog means. So anyways, this is a pretty good beer. I still prefer the hemp. The hemp beer is my favorite beer for whatever reason. It could be partly because a few years ago I had some catnip growing wild in my yard, and I took some leaves and I learned how to make an infusion. What do they call it? An essential oil. And basically what you do is you gather up some leaves, and you kind of like you want to bruise them. You don't want to you don't want to hit them too hard, like you can use one of those mortar and pestle things, but you just want to do it gently. You just want to bruise them, and then you put them in a jar of something like olive oil, and you just let it sit for a day or so. And it's, the smell smells a lot like the hemp beer. It's really good. It's supposed to, if you make like a catnip infusion, it's supposed to be good for keeping mosquitoes away. I find nothing keeps mosquitoes away from me, but be that as it may. So I am reading this. I've read 2 chapters of this today, so I've got 2 more left. I'll probably finish this book tomorrow, and then if I have time, either tomorrow or Wednesday, I might have a proper review up. This book is really good. I can't really describe why. It's C.J. Stenell's first book. I'm not sure about who's the artist on this. I just don't have it at my fingertips. But anyways, this book is it's a lot of fun so far. And I really enjoy the art and, the kind of symbolism going on here. And then, I don't remember I showed you the back of the book, but this is just, very highly symbolic. Here you got Lady Justice. Here you've got a book, I think it's supposed to be a Bible. I'm not exactly sure. It looks to me like this could be like, on a cross, on a Catholic crucifix, there's the 3 letters, and I'm not sure what they mean, but I mean, I just like it. Like, all of these people are like chess people. Just the cover. I mean, I was kind of sold on the cover when I was talking to CJ at that comic book store. So I'm very excited about this book. So far, I'm really enjoying it. I know I'm going to be in for somewhat of a disappointment because I think this is only 6 issues, and it's going to continue on from here. And yeah, so far I'm really happy with this, and I'll have a full review up either tomorrow night, or if I don't get it up tomorrow night, I might not get it up until next week sometime. But it's a lot of fun. If you love independent books, this might be for you. If you like crime dramas, this might be for you. I realized when I was reading the book today, like if you go back to my again, like, alternate comics are great. I think they might end up saving comic books. But when I won that book from Terry Mayo, and I made that little video with the frames and stuff, I found the part in this book is, I don't remember who is all in that book, and I didn't read it. I got so much to read. I'm so far behind, but I'm caught up a little bit now because I took some pictures from that book. Oh, in fact, I just flipped to it. So like, I made a little video about it. And, there are people sitting outside an office, and I didn't really know what it was because I hadn't read it, but I was just taking random pictures. And that, what I like to do is when I do that, I like to try to rearrange the pictures to tell a story, but not necessarily the story that's within the comic book. One of my favorite movies is Vanilla Sky. And when I saw the trailer for it, I had no idea what it was about, but it put an idea in my mind of what it could be about. And then when I went to see the movie, it was completely different than either the trailer led me to believe or anything that I had constructed in my head. But I loved it so much. I saw, it's like one of the few movies I repeated viewing, post being like a teenage kid or whatever. I think I saw that movie 3 or 4 times in the theater. And then I watched it another 3 or 4 times on DVD. And then I watched it when it was on Netflix. It might still be on Netflix. I haven't watched it in a little while now, but I just love that movie. That is such a good movie. And anyways, yeah, this is a good book, and that's all the spoilers I want to give to you for that. And so, like last week, I was doing my Free Comic Book Day reviews of all the books I was able to get on Free Comic Book Day. And that was a little exhausting for me. And I've really wanted to get to this since I got it. And so over the weekend, I just decided I'm going to treat myself and read something I really want to read. And so I started the Infinity Gauntlet Prologue. And this book is really good. I've only read the first 2 stories in here, but again, I made a little video to go along with my unboxing video. And so, you find out exactly what's going on here. And so, I'm going to give a little bit of spoilers on this. So if you don't want to know anything about it, tune out now. Don't watch anymore. I can see I'm safe now online because I don't have any viewers. So anyways, what happens is the Silver Surfer is kind of like, feeling just weary, and he lands on this deserted planet. And then he has this mad dream. I mean, everything that happens as soon as he falls asleep in this book is like, in this first book, is just a dream. And he kind of, he thinks, oh, I haven't slept for thousands of years. Maybe there's something I'm missing in my subconscious. So I'm just going to play along with it because he thinks it's just a dream. But then, he sees like Thanos's ossuary being dug up. There's those 2 guys carrying it, and then they're carrying it to Lady Mistress Death. This book is just fantastic. So, I don't want to give away too much. I'm spoiling some of it by telling you he's having this dream, and it just turns out to be true because it's going to be true. It's such a fun book so far. I've read 2 chapters in, and yeah, it's great. Great value. I love it. I can't wait to get further into this. And that's going to have to wait a little bit. The other update is my Inkle thing. That's still way churning in my mind on how exactly to approach doing an Inkle review, retrospective, whatever. And, be able to tell you about it without giving the book away and, getting into copyright problems and stuff. And I know very little about it. I do know like Jodorowsky is very big into tarot. And if you've never seen his movies, you should go out and watch some of his movies, especially like El Topo and his magnum opus, as far as I've seen and am concerned, is the Holy Mountain. That one is just so wild. That's the one I've seen the most of his work. And then he also did, this was on Netflix for a while. It could still be. It was like something like Santeria. It was like Saint Blood or Saint something like this. And this was based on a real case in Mexico of a serial killer who had been convicted and then rehabilitated. And, because he'd been rehabilitated, he became this kind of big hero in Mexico. And so Jodorowsky made this movie kind of based on it, but it also has Jodorowsky's touches, which, you know, makes it really kind of bizarre and stuff. The one movie I haven't seen, and I don't know if it's any good, I don't remember what I read about it, but in the early 90s, he did kind of a children's film called The Rainbow Thief. And just that title intrigues me. So, so yeah, I think that's going to do it for today. Since I'll be reading The Rebirth of the Gangster again tomorrow and finishing it, I don't think I'll do a vlog because I'm going to do a full review on that book. And so if I do get some extra time in there, get to read a little more of the Infinity Gauntlet, you know, I'll comment on that or anything else. But for right now, this is where we're going to leave it. And I might go dark for a little while unless something really important comes up. So, you know, I'll see you. Well, like I say, I could finish this book tomorrow and do a full review and get that up, but it won't be a vlog. I might not do another vlog until next week sometime. I don't know. You know, that's the genius of vlogs. You just have to do them when you got something to say. So anyways, remember to hit the like button. Oh, happy birthday to Mrs. Nethead. I should have said that right away. It's like, you know, if you don't follow Nethead on Twitter, he's like a great person, a great guy. You know, just give him a follow. And he posted something about his wife's birthday today. So happy birthday, Mrs. Nethead. And I will talk to you all later. Super Comic Fun Time out.